James is having crab and these treats. I'll show you what that are. And there's this salad. And all I did was add some bulgur, tomato, and cucumber to it. And that's what that treat was that looks sort of like, I think it looks like clams, so I thought it would be good with that. Anyway, I'm going to talk about this a little bit.
Priscilla,
Yeah, and Dreamin Wild. And neither one of these, I have to admit, is worth watching, as far as I'm concerned. And I'll talk about why.
Thank you.
So,
I might even talk about why.
I had a hard time deciding which one I should put on the bottom.
Oh, well, that's saying a lot.
So, I was really looking forward to watching this, Priscilla. But it's based on her book, and James was saying
It's the gospel according to Priscilla.
Yeah.
So it's she's not telling much of truth at all.
Yeah.
Well,
but I mean, it did look. They picked somebody who looked
a bit like her.
pretty young. I don't know like her. She's very beautiful. I mean, the actors were good looking that played Elvis and Priscilla, but not nearly as good looking as
The originals.
the real deal. Anyway, yeah. Meeting her at 14 and whatever, and all this stuff. Whatever. I don't know. My main problem with the movie was not her telling of it. Whatever. It's her story. However she wants, I don't care. But
I mean, we live in the age of untruth, so why not extend it back?
Doesn't matter. I don't know. How do you like those things?
They're pretty good. Pretty good.
Okay.
They're a little warm now, so I'm going to take my time.
Oh, I just took them out the oven. Anyway, my major problem with this movie was it was all whispers and mumbling.
I noticed that.
It was so bad.
You know, Elvis had a bit of a sense of humor. He'd be joking around and stuff like that. Yeah.
It's terrible. Terrible.
Should have got Marlon Brando.
I don't know, but I guess they were trying to pick people that were good looking and looked something like the actors. And honestly, the people that they picked were not good actors, though, and I could hardly hear them half the time. It was dreadful.
So someone once said about Elvis, they looked as handsome as 10 movie stars. Unfortunately, they only had to settle on one here, right?
Yeah.
No, Elvis was, by that point in time, he had his teeth fixed. They were probably pretty good at and actually had a nose job. They thought his nostrils flared too much and looked a little too negroid for them. Or African American, or whatever you want me to say.
So I should point out this eggplant parmigiana, which I got for James right here.
Oh, there.
It's only half of the package. I plan on eating half too. So that's half of one of those packages, and I got them because they were on sale for $3 a package. That seems pretty good to me for a treat.
Awesome. Yeah. Got $12 a package. I don't know.
Yeah. And we had the crab given to us. It was already pre-cooked, but I cooked it again anyway. And I bought the salad, but it was on sale. I think it was a price. Dreamin Wild. It says it's a true story of a singer-songwriter. Da 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 da.
What's the name of the songwriter?
I don't know. Donnie Emerson and his family.
Never heard of. Oh well.
Yeah, well, apparently they recorded an album when they were teenagers, and then 30 years later, suddenly music critics found their album that they recorded, and they wanted to re-release it. And whatever.
They do
And-
a lot of that stuff. Much of it is not worth it, but
And I don't know if this was worth it, honestly. Listening to the stuff, they had good tunes and whatever, but a lot of the time, things that people come up with when they're young, or when they haven't, when they don't yet have a sense for writing poetry well, or something like that. It's like, okay, if the lyrics suck, I don't want to hear it again. You know, it could be, he seemed to have a lot of musical talent, but yeah, the lyrics weren't worth listening to. So, but whatever. A lot of people that have lyrics that aren't worth listening to, they make it big. So
sorry about
I
that,
don't
folks.
know. I don't know what the trick to that is, but and some of them even have longevity. But anyway,
Assuming that one guy from the 70s who committed suicide or died of heroin,
oh yeah,
that was worth it. But
yeah.
it was kind of different kind of stuff, but it's a
What was
lot
his
better
name?
than
Was
Cat
it-
Stevens, who made it huge back then.
Is it Nick Drake?
But
Is that it? Anyway, I
I
knew
was
who you were
thinking
talking
Blake.
about because he's
Mhm.
very good. Anyway, this story, there's the parents had put up a lot of money so that their sons could record, because the one son was playing the drums for the other guy who was doing everything else. He was writing the music and coming up with everything. So he was playing a lot of different instruments and whatever. He taught himself how to play piano, and he was very talented. But they'd started out, they had 1,700 acres of land, and they ended up with 65. Because they were trying to help their sons realize their dream. Musicians. But it just didn't work out. So I guess this should be a cautionary tale for people.
Yeah.
You've got to make sure you have your home and your livelihood taken care of, and then
Yeah, it's
worry about the
to a
rest.
large extent, unless you got huge talent, like the Beatles, it's a crapshoot as to whether you make it.
Yeah.
Or like Elton John. Elton John just keeps on having hits, or he did for decade after decade.
Yeah, but even for a long time, he was a studio musician, right? So
For a while.
he wasn't,
But he was in demand because he was amazing on the piano. He wasn't a great concert pianist, but he could play rock and roll too, blues, whatever.
Anyway, that's all I have. I'm feeling under the weather. My ear is sore ear. Might be from the wind yesterday or something.
I'm hoping that's all it is and you get over it.
But so anyway, that's all I have. If you want to talk about something else, you go right ahead.
We're going to try and reconstruct what happened time of Exodus. The radiocarbon readings were off. Data agree with the slightly revised Babylonian, Mesopotamia, really Sumerian datum for something that happened that just wiped out the third dynasty, or wiped out the Sumerians. And so did the tree ring data, dendrochronology.
Right,
Something
you have 20
happened.
minutes.
That took out the world's trees. It's misdated by 500 years, 2350 BC. The stuff was ballpark by radiocarbon readings, calibrated. You don't use calibrated radiocarbon readings. They were done to please.
I'm going to stop you
Egyptologists.
for a minute.